So I'm putting her on the spot, and I'm going to ask. So, tell us about your role and what you're doing in the organization.
Okay. Well, I have to admit first that I'm a little bit nervous because I wasn't expecting this. So, hi, friends. So, which is my role? Well, I'm the outreach leader at Macquarie Korean Network. What was the other question?
That's it. That's good. Good start. Okay, we're going to keep going. So, about the outreach program, what would you say are the biggest achievements of this year?
Well, the first thing that is making me feel more proud is working with the Women Rangers. Maybe the highlight there that just happened last month is that the Women Rangers did their first sale. So their sale 300, no, sorry, 3,500 trees.
3,500 trees,
Trees.
and they've sold. Those are trees they've grown, and now they've sold them to another project doing reforestation.
Yeah, it's another NGO that is here, located in Costa Rica. They have funds for doing reforestation, but they don't have the trees, and we have the trees.
Fantastic.
So it sounds great.
Yeah.
See?
And it's many species, because now they've got how many species in the nursery?
Around 40 species at the moment, I guess. Mhm.
But it was higher. It was like 60 before.
Yeah, I have to admit that we have been moving many trees.
Yeah.
So the number normally changes.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
And any other notable points from the year, highlights for you?
Yeah, a highlight.
For you personally, like.
Yeah, personally, let's talk about Yellow Nape Amazon also. With the Yellow Nape Amazon, we have been working in a pilot program. So we trained some police officers.
Yeah.
And for me, that was great because I didn't expect that energy from the police officers.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I was expecting people that doesn't have or don't have that much interested in the topic, but at the end, it results that they were super interested.
Yeah.
And actually, for me, that was a mind-changing thing for me.
Yeah.
Also
To see the interest. That's great.
The interest. Yeah.
So here's a question: why do we need outreach? We're an organization working with parrots, and we work with the birds, but why do we need outreach?
Actually, I'm gonna take the words of the landowner of the farm
Mm-hmm.
that we bought last week. We have been talking with him, and he said, "I have been trying to protect the forest my entire life. This forest, the forest that we bought, but I'm not in this area forever. So I really want you, and you it means MRN,
Yeah.
to take care of the forest. So I will say the same. Doing outreach for us is we are not gonna be here forever. I hope so, but Sam Williams and Pamela, we're not gonna be here for the entire
forever and
ever. So we need to work with communities and let them lead the conservation efforts.
Yeah, and it's really exciting now with the start of first parcel of land that creates a new opportunity to engage the community and find ways to work with them and deepen our commitment with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what about next year? What are your goals for next year?
Next year, well, we have been talking about it.
Yeah.
We have to start working the outreach program nearby the land that we just bought. So that's something that makes me feel so happy. Like it's start from the beginning, and that's always for me it's good. I really like it. With the Women Rangers, they want to establish a cooperative. So we are looking forward to it. And then I'm gonna just make a brief resume. Yeah. So and then with the Yellow Nape Amazon, we think that we can go bigger. As I mentioned, we start working this year with some police officers, but now, and this is also an idea that they gave us, we want to start working with the academy, with the police academy.
So that we train the trainers who are training the police. Yeah,
and
great.
Looking for the same, like trying to give the knowledge, and then the rest of the people can keep rolling the message.
Yeah, great. What then are the barriers to the success of that, or the needs for the outreach program?
Well, I think it's related also with the capacity of the team.
Mm-hmm.
So we need more people in team. For the moment, we have some volunteers, but we also have an officer in field. Sorry.
No, the sun's coming. It's good. We just keep going.
Yeah. we have one officer in the field, but for sure there is a lack of people on field. And also I think we need to keep working on education. The outreach work is a small and a slow process.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say that we need to keep going with the communities, but for that we need to be patient and we need to create new opportunities. It's gonna take time, and we gonna have or we have the needs of funds also.
Yeah. Well, it's
for
always
education.
and it's always we're working with people, and it's about building relationships and engaging people, and that takes people on our side, on the team, and we don't expect them. We can't do that only with volunteers. We need long-term team members who are committed and stuff. So,
Yep.
Yeah. Great. Okay. One last question. Have you seen any impacts of climate change affecting local communities?
Yeah. Well, the first thing that I'm gonna say is like this year is the hottest year I have never feel.
Right.
The warmest.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
The
You've
warmest.
ever felt? Yeah.
Yeah, that I have ever felt, and I think the women rangers are also noticing them. So it's something that is happening the entire country. And then one example that came to my mind right now is some months ago that I don't know how to say the new that I sent it to
Oh
you.
yeah, there
when
was this landslide
Mhm.
of around 40 hectares
Thank you
of
for
hillside just slipped away, and that was the river was full of trees.
yeah. Thank you, Sam. I sent the
Yeah.
news to Sam. So yeah, that was what happened. It can be related to climate change, and it affected directly the women rangers because the river that is crossing the community was the one that got the entire material and all the logs
All the
and
debris,
everything.
yeah.
So we had to stop our work for a couple of days, looking for or trying to avoid an emergency there.
Because
So
it has flooded there in the past, like
in the
one
past,
time, and that
yeah,
was
thank you.
another
Mhm.
possible. That was possibly a climate thing as
Yeah.
well, and it never flooded there before, as I
Mhm.
understand. So yeah.
Yeah.
So we have to keep working with the people to safeguard the forest, and we safeguard the forest because that's one way of us contributing to helping the people with the climate change.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for everything you do,
Thank you too.
and thank you for your amazing support.
Bye.